Right, we're on. Oof, oof, 8 steps. 8 steps to better golf. I'm going to show you that right now, right now. Watch this. Yes. Par 5, 260 yards to go into the wind. 6 iron. 6 iron is the choice. So I could probably have reached the green or got a lot closer in 2. I've left myself just over 100 yards. Pins on the left edge. I'm going middle of the green. Step 1 is play boring golf. Scoring low, it's not about making loads of birdies. It's about eliminating the mistakes. And if you eliminate the mistakes, the birdies will happen. So play boring golf. And the birdies will come. I hit driver 6 iron wedge there. I could have hit driver 2 hybrid and got very, very close to the green. However, par, easy par. However, I never bothered doing that. I played boring golf, I had a chance for a birdie and nearly made it. That's step 1. Step 2. Step 2 is to become more confident at lag putting, because that way you'll become more comfortable at not going for the pin. So in step 1, we didn't go for the flag, left myself a longer putt because of that. But if I've nailed step 2 and I'm confident with my lag putting, step 1 becomes so much more achievable and comfortable, and I become more competent at it. Lag putting should be easy. It's just all about pace. It's all about pace and taking more break. All about pace and taking more break. Just let it fall to the hole. This is a 60-foot putt, downhill, downwind. If you can become competent from these sort of distances, knowing that you're going to get that ball pretty close to that hole, confidence will rise. On those 3 putts there, I've progressed as I've gone, got better and better, and I've practiced that hard. 60 feet, 45 feet, 30 feet. If you start with the longest one first and finish with the shortest of the lag putts, it's much more productive practice. It's harder to come down the line than it is to go up the line. 60 feet. Come down now, 45 feet. $30 feet. How much easier does the game become when you're able just to mop up those balls? So step number 3, I'm doing this from the middle of the fairway, but step number 3 is hit the middle of the green on every par 3. So do not go for flags. You want to hit the middle of the green on every par 3. So think about that. If you think about the par 3s on your golf course, if you hit the middle of the green, how far would you be from the most extreme pin? 30 feet maybe? So you have the middle of the green, 30 feet that way, and it's 60 feet wide. Are your greens even 60 feet wide? Probably not. But maximum you're going to be is 30 feet away. Now if you're aiming for the middle of the green and you push it to the right, and the pin's on the right, if you pull it left and the pin's on the left, you see what I'm saying? So middle of the green on every par 3. So this pin here, as I say, I've stopped the middle of a fairway, but this pin here is left middle of the green. So I'm aiming just to the right of it. I've got 162, I've got an 8 iron slightly downwind. I'm just going to hit a smooth 8 iron to the middle of the green. So I'm picking a target behind the flag. That is the middle of the green. I'm not even thinking about the flag. I'm looking at that tree, which is the middle of the green, and I'm committing my ball, my shot, to that tree there. Here we go. So it's just right of the pin, it's on that tree, it's pretty good. Boom. Back edge of the green, middle. So we'll see when we go up there how close you are, but you can see how that, I mean, I was the pro at Peebles Golf Club for 8 years. And as the head pro of that golf club, I realised pretty quickly that if you're in the middle of every green, not just par 3s, every green on the course, you'll be no further than 15 feet from the hole. because of where they cut the pins. So this is great for par 3s, and if you get a 3 on all par 3s, you know how quickly your score reduces. So I've hit the middle of this green, the pin is just left of middle, I hit the ball exactly where I wanted it to go, which is not happening all the time of course, but it was on that silver birch. So I did exactly what I wanted to do, and I've left myself a decent putt. Now, imagine this pin position that I have right now was on the left edge of the green. Hold on. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Imagine this pin is on the left edge of the green. So the edge of the green is round here. And I'm hitting the ball, that shot was so accurate. If I hit the ball as straight as that, well, why not go for the flag? Well, it's perceived as a more pressure shot. So I'm standing over the tee shot thinking, that's tight left now, do not go left. So the mind's obviously thinking left, so you're going to go left, aren't you? So it's taking that out. It's much easier to be safer 20 feet to the right of that pin and play your putt across, because we're pin high because we know our yardage is, and we're playing boring golf. Middle of the green are all par 3s, arguably every hole. Step 4. I have 105 yards here. 105 yards for me is pretty much a full 54. Step 4, never hit your wedges full out. When you hit your wedges full out, it applies too much spin, hard to control, so when the ball lands on the green it's going to spin too much. Also in the wind, or if you get the strike slightly wrong, that spin's going to take that ball offline. It's going to stall in the air. So always try and take an extra club. I'm going to take my pitching wedge, which goes 140. I'm going to try and flight this ball down. So never hit a wedge full out. That little bit of extra club, choke down, and much more control. 105. Little pitching wedge for control, flighting this down there. That's right on it. We're going to putt that one out. Oh, that was good. That was really good actually. Need to learn my own lesson there. Here's the little wedge shot. So the softer wedge you can see there, that's very controlled. But you can see where it's landed. It's hardly spun at all, it's just stopped exactly where it was. And of course that gives me the confidence now just to step up and hold the putt with my wedge. Okay, so good wedge though, eh? Step 5, try and stay ruthlessly positive. Ruthlessly positive. If you're pissed off from what's happened on the previous hole or the previous shot, you're never going to play a great shot next. So you have to stay mega positive. You have to learn from what's gone wrong, but stay super positive. Now I missed a putt in that last hole. I've walked on here, par 4. I'm keeping the game as simple as possible. I'm playing boring golf by hitting a 6-iron on the fairway to hit a wedge to the green. Once I've walked on this tee, over that mark there where the cut of the tee is, what's happened back there's happened. Now I can put that behind me and I'm now ruthlessly positive as to what's going to happen going forward. That's done. Nothing I can do about it. Let's just keep banging on, keep going. Let's learn from it. 100% commitment to what's going on. Yes, come on. Any negativity at all, any repercussions of what's happened in the past is going to kill you. And what I mean by that is if you've sliced driver on hole 4 and you get to the tee in hole 5 and it's a par 5 and you want to hit driver, that hole 4, what's happened there has happened, it's done. You step onto T5 and it's completely from the start, it's completely fresh, and that swing, that sliced tee shot on ball on tee number 4 has gone. It's out of the mind. Step up with driver, be confident, be ruthlessly positive and just play that shot. Fred Couples is the example. If Fred Couples has, let's say, a 7-iron in hand, for example, and he stands on a tee, he thinks about the best 7-iron he's ever hit in his life. He may have had a hole-in-one at the 13th at Augusta, for example, 12th at Augusta. 13th would be impressive. And he pictures, visualises and feels how that felt. So he's drawing back on positive past experiences. He's ruthless. The hole before he might have chunked a 7-iron. That's not what he's thinking about though. Step 6, the sun's gone away. This is actually easier than you think. Step 6, hit the same shot shape over and 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 over again. If you hit the ball left to right, go out there, practice it, make that your thing. If you hit the ball right to left, play that shot. If it's a dog leg that requires the other way, go back to playing boring golf and just draw it to whatever place, draw it to the next position, draw it on the green and hold the putt. If a draw's the shot, stand up there, play for your draw so you know what's going to happen. Turn the ball over right to left because that is the shot shape I normally play, and use that. Make that your advantage. Play it over and over again. So when you're at the range, practice that shot shape. Just make sure that shot shape is always the outcome. And of course, I'm not suggesting, it's light, I'm not suggesting that you neglect the opposite shape. Of course, practice that. But on the course, play what's more comfortable, and when I say more comfortable, your natural shot shape. If you hit it slightly left to right and you want to be the guy that hits the draw, why? Use your strengths, play your little fade everywhere you can. But what I'm saying there is make sure you have that shot. So when the pressure's on and you're on a score because you play boring golf and you hit it left to right and I just hit it right to left and I've got 2 holes to go and I'm looking for birdie birdie or par par, I'm going to hit right to left all day long, regardless of what shape the hole is. Because remember, your lag putting's brilliant, so you'll be fine. Step 7, very important. Learn how far you carry each club. How far does each golf club go? Now, without knowing that, it's just pretty much a finger in the air job, isn't it? You really need to know your distance. So for distance control, guys on tour are always pin high. Always pin high. Left or right, fair enough, but they're always pin high. And if we're playing simple golf or we're playing boring golf and we're going to get pin high, that's fantastic. But you need to know how far each club's going to go. My clubs, for example, I've used TrackMan. So I use TrackMan technology to find out my exact yardage, and then I just round it off to the nearest number. So my 7-iron goes 170. That's quite easy to remember, 170, 7 irons in there. But I only carry even numbers with me. For about the last year, I've only carried a half set. It's just easier for filming, and I don't compete. But my game's really sharp now because I can play all different little shots because I know the exact yardage of each club and how to take some distance off. So my 8-iron, for example, my 8-iron goes 160, 7-iron 170, 6-iron 180, 160, 180, 4-iron because I've missed out my 5, 200, 200, 180, 160. Down to wedge, 140. So there's 20 yards gap between all of these. 140, 160, 180, 200, 2-iron, 220. 140, 160, 180, 200, 220. If I have a shot in between, I know I can play, take a little bit of strength off one if you like, grip down slightly, which doesn't really help. I just feel as though when you grip down slightly, you feel as though you're going to play a softer shot, you kind of commit to a softer sort of motion. Then my 54, it's actually about 110, maxed out, but we don't do that. We never hit a wedge full. But you need to know the yardage of each golf club. So important. Hybrids as well, obviously. And your fairway woods. Driver is what it is. It goes as far as it goes. That leaves you the yardage that you need to know. But without really knowing, or without having a rough idea as to how far your golf clubs go, how can you expect to play golf? You come to a par 3 and you've got 164 yards. What do you hit? Driver? Don't know. Don't know my yardages. Step 8. Simple. Focus on your breathing. When you focus on your breathing, it's much easier to stay in the present. Do you know why you play great at match play? You play match play against your friend and you shoot 6 under par for 18 holes. Then you go out in the stroke play competition the following day for the same 18 holes and you shoot 10 over. Why was I so good in match play? Because I was purely focused on that shot, that one thing. I wasn't thinking about a grand score, I was just thinking about what's happening in the now, me against him, this shot, this shot, this shot, this shot, all the way around for 18 holes. Fantastic. If you focus on your breathing, you can make that happen because you're staying in the present. People who take cold plunges, they exhale as they go into the water, so the exhale, so then when they're in there, all they're thinking about is their breathing. Cameramen, when they take the shot, they exhale, and they exhale when they're doing that, so they're much more calm state and more of a flow when they play the shot. And I'm nervous now. I've got this putt for a birdie to win the Open Championship, so I'm very nervous. But if I think about my breathing and fully focus on that, it brings my attention just to that one thing. And as I'm going through my routine, Hogan talked about walking and talking and performing slowly. thinking only of my breathing and nothing, the environment outside me is no longer, it's in, listen. Oh, it touched it. The environment around me no longer becomes a distraction because I'm fully focused on what I'm actually doing. Did you notice there when I took that putt, which you'll see is very close, I exhaled on the shot. So I breathed in and then I exhaled when I executed the stroke. So I was at my most calm and my most present when I played that putt. That is my 8 steps to playing better golf. I hope it helps you play better golf. If it doesn't help you play better golf, always check out EUREKA Golf Swing. I'll leave links in the description below. That is unbelievable. And check out my Loft and Lie golf glove brand. Premium, world-class leather glove. 5-star reviews. That's all we get. We only get 5-star reviews. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.